Parents, y'all gotta keep your kids off YouTube. For the last 2 months, my son has been coming into my room anywhere from 9 to 11 o'clock at night, and he's crying, and he gives me a hug, and when I ask him what's wrong, he says, "I just love you." And then he goes back to bed. It was happening like once or twice a week. It's always so weird. So I started thinking that he was sleepwalking because it's just out of Troy's character. But it's been happening like once or twice a week for like the last 2 months. This morning, we're eating breakfast, and he looks over at me and he says, "Mommy, can you happy?" And I'm like, "You what? What?" And he said, "Can you happy so I don't have to you?" What? I said, "You want me to?" And he said, "No, I don't, but the show said that you have to happy." And I'm like, "What show?" And he said, "The Dragon Show." What? Now, he watches stuff like this. This is Netflix. I'm like, "What Dragon Show? On what?" Because I'm trying to pull it up. And he said, "On YouTube." Now, he's not supposed to be watching YouTube because the last time that he was allowed to watch YouTube Kids, there was a cartoon of a little boy that looks like Caillou that was telling my son to go run and jump in front of cars and get all of his friends to run and jump in front of the cars driving down the street. And so once I realized that that cartoon was legit telling him to go get his friends and they all wait until a car is coming and then they run in front of the car, I was like, "Oh no, you guys are done." And nobody has been allowed to watch YouTube since. So I didn't even know that they had access to YouTube on their TVs, their Roku TVs. I thought they only had Netflix, Hulu, and then like normal TV. But nope, he's been sneaking and watching YouTube, and whatever cartoon he's watching about dragons is telling him me. And instead of doing what they're saying, he comes in the room crying and hugs me and is just like, "I just love you." That is insane. Pay attention to what your kids are watching because there are really sickos out there. That is crazy.